Hey everybody, Eric Worre here. Welcome to a special Facebook Live. We're going to talk about duplication today. We're going to talk about replication today. We're going to talk about retention today. We're going to talk about leverage today. This is what makes things different from a traditional job or different from entrepreneurship in other forms. Inside of network marketing, we have the ability to create leverage. We have the ability to create scalability. And as you're coming on, let me know where you're connecting from. And I appreciate you being on here. I know we're going to have a lot of people on this particular live. We've been talking about it all morning. So South Africa, UK, nice to see you. Morocco, Canada. Hi, everybody. We did while you're coming on, do me a favor. If you think duplication and retention and scalability is an important aspect for your business and you get value from this, please forward this to somebody else. Share, like, comment, do all the things that you do. You're gonna enjoy what we talk about today, because here's the thing. Duplication for me, I'll tell you my story as I started off in my network marketing career. Duplication was really challenging for me. In my first 3 years in network marketing, I didn't experience duplication much at all. What I experienced was addition and subtraction. It was just another form of a job in my network marketing career. What happened for me is I would get excited and I'd add some people. And I would have to do all the things for those people. I would have to help them. I would have to assist them. I would have to guide them. I'd have to get them up in the morning and put them to bed at night. I mean, it was like I was babysitting on a grand scale. And I would build this up to around 20 or 30 builders typically. And as soon as it got out of my reach, all the productivity stopped. And those people disappeared. And my 30 people would go down to like 5 or 10. And then I'd rebuild. I would build it up again. And I'd get it up to about 30, and then it would fall back down. And I'd get it up to 25, and it would fall back down. And over the course of my first 3 years, I rebuilt my organization, network marketing, 7 times. And some people will say, well, that's just a bad business model. That's not true. If you take a look at any organization, there's turnover within that organization, right? If you build a sales team of any kind, there's turnover on that sales team. So you're rebuilding that team all the time too. In any company, there's turnover in employees. You're rebuilding that employee group every day, every week, every month, every year. Same thing's true here. We're constantly replacing people who are not willing to face their fears and don't know how to let go of the employee mindset and become more of an entrepreneur. We're dealing with that stuff all the time. So that doesn't make what we do flawed. But here's the thing I got to tell you. I finally cracked the code on duplication after about 3 years. You've all seen the little chart where, say, here's you, and you bring in 5 people, and they bring in 5 people, and they bring in 5 people, and the numbers just go off the chart. That was always exciting to me, the possibility that could happen. But it wasn't a reality for me. If you're in network marketing, I'll do a quick little poll here. And you bring in a bunch of people, and then they just sit there and do nothing. And you've brought them in. You've done your part, and then they just sit there. If that's you, type in me into the comments. Me. If that's you, the people are just sitting there staring at you, saying, "Okay, well, now what?" They don't act. They just are sitting there. Okay. So if that's you, type in me into the comments, okay? So I can see if anybody else has experienced what I was experienced, okay? Me. I'm seeing a lot of me's. Tammy and Denise and Kelly and Noreen Everybody say, hey, Bree, how you doing, sister? Bree Richardson, $1 million earner in the house. There's a whole bunch of them that are watching right now. But that was me dealing with this. It was so frustrating because I watched these people in the top earners in network marketing. They just seemed to, it came natural to them. I don't know if they found the different people, because I really beat myself up. Did they find? They must have found better people. They must have some secret to recruiting up, or they just try to find these superstars that just go work without them, or maybe they got lucky, or those types of things. Frustrating for me. And then I finally cracked the code. So step one inside of network marketing is having a breakthrough and learning how to find prospects, invite people to take a look, and to get those people started as customers and as distributors. That's something we can control. And in essence, that's the job part of network marketing. The business owner part is the duplication side. The business owner part is going through this process to teach people how to do it when you're not around, how they can go build their own teams, how those teams can go build their own teams. See, it's one thing to do, it's another thing to teach, and it's a third thing to teach people how to teach. In part of duplication, we go through this process called tell, show, try, do. I bring a person in, I involve them. One, I'm going to tell them what they need to do in order to be successful. Number two, I'm going to have them try it, and I'll be there to help. No, excuse me. Sorry. Tell, show, try, do. Tell them what to do. Two, show them. They watch me do it. I say, look, watch, follow what I'm doing. I show them. And then third is they try it, and I'm there to support in case they fall down, they make a mistake. And ultimately, they're doing it on their own. So the goal for a network marketing professional needs to be not that you just do. You have to accomplish that. You got to bring them in. But then how do you get a higher percentage of people to work when you're not around? And it took, like I said, it took me over 3 years to try and crack this code. And I finally did. It took some time, but I finally did. And you can too. Because if you're going to be involved in network marketing, I'm telling you, it's not worth the job of it. There's other jobs you can do. Even though I did it for 3 years because I wasn't as employable as the average person. So I asked some people, we did a little kind of survey online, and we asked people to rate themselves on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being they're absolutely awful when it comes to duplication, and 10 they're a rock star, or 10 they're a rock star. We had one person say that they were a 10. Most people put themselves as a 1. 90% of people put themselves between a 1 and a 3. So it's a big issue out there. First of all, the first thing that I'm going to tell you, and I've got some resources for you that I'm going to share on this live that will help you kind of crack the code even further. But the one thing I want you to know is there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with your company. There's nothing wrong with anything else. You can duplicate if you learn the skills. That's number one. Number two is you have to commit to making this a priority. A lot of people don't view duplication as a skill. They say it's the company's got to create the duplication for them, or the system has to create the duplication for them, or they have to have the right people in order to be able to have duplication. Those things all help, but the entrepreneur creates it. The entrepreneur makes it happen. I've worked with and coached thousands of 6- and 7-figure earners around the world, and what I will tell you, to a person, they treat this subject incredibly focused. They're focused on creating duplication. So one thing that I will tell you, I'll give you one key when it comes to duplication is not everything duplicates at the same level. This is a misconception about duplication. Some people say if it can't be done by everybody in your group, don't do it. That's a mistake, because some of you travel because you're high-end leaders. Some of you travel. Well, not everybody in your group's going to travel. So that means you probably shouldn't travel. That's not true. You should. You should go connect with your teams. Some of you do home meetings. Not everybody in your whole company is going to do a home meeting. That doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. That just means it's a higher level of leadership. Some of you are trainers within your company or on your team. That's a higher level of duplication. Not everybody's going to go up and be a trainer. So thinking about base level duplication and then layers of duplication, okay? The high-end leadership all the way down to base level. Now, base level needs to be extremely simple. Simplicity meaning use the product every day, if possible. Share the product every day. And here's a simple system to do it. Share your opportunity every day. And here's a simple system to do it. Personal development every day. And here's some recommendations. And promoting events every day. Here's the next event. If I was to give you a foundational 5 elements of a duplication machine inside of your organization, 5 basic elements. 1, be a product of your own product. 2, share that product with others and have a simple system to do it. 3, share your opportunity with others and have a simple system to do it. 4, engage in personal development and give your team some direction around that personal development. What should they be reading, listening to, et cetera, et cetera. And 5, what's the next event? And are we inviting and promoting towards that next event? That's something that every single person should be doing every single day. So is your system simple? Is your process simple? Is it understood by everyone on your team? Is it working? Because you might think it's simple. Some people have 10-point systems, and I think 10's a lot. It's hard to do 10 things every day for a large group of people. So those 5 basic things: use, share, learn, and promote. Those 5 things on a daily basis are one part, okay? Now, there's a lot of things that you need to do in order to be able to, and we're not going to have time to cover it all today because I know you're all in the middle of busy days, but let me give you some different elements of duplication. 1 is simplicity. 2 is belief. 3 is promotion. 4 is culture, right? 5 is leadership development. 6 is skills. Okay? So I've got a list of about 10 things that you can do in detail in order to be able to effectively create a system that duplicates, because, and you have to study the science. If you don't study the science, you are literally engaged in a job. That's what you're engaged in. So I've got, I'm going to do some Q&A in a moment. If you've got questions about duplication, I'm going to be doing a special 3-hour webinar on duplication and retention and growth within your organization. A 3-hour webinar, interactive coaching session. If you'd like to attend that, I'm telling you what I'm doing. It's not a free coaching session. I charge for this coaching session. The cost for this coaching session is $297, worth every penny. But here's what I'm doing for people who want to register. I've also come up with a an online home study course called Radical Duplication. This is a course with workbooks and video and training, and I'm selling this course to the world for $297. Anybody who registers for the webinar, I'm going to give you that course for free. So you get the 3-hour coaching plus the course, all for the same $297. Okay, if you're ready to do it, then do it. If you're not ready to do it, don't do it. I just think it's a mistake if you don't. 3 hours of training plus the online video course plus all the workbooks. So let me, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to ask some questions or answer some questions, and then I'm going to open it up for you to be able to ask some questions. So be thinking about that in just a moment. All right, cool. I see a whole bunch of people typing the word duplication. If you're interested, type the word duplication. You'll learn more about it. All right, fantastic. Here's a comment from from Erin Lane Moffat. She says, since I'm duplicating, I can't afford to get the train. Since I'm not duplicating, I can't afford to get the training. It is a little bit of the chicken and the egg. I'm telling you, if you want to be able to create the duplication, you got to get the learning, right? And if it's life or death in between a couple $100, you're broke anyway. You might as well spend the couple $100, learn how to create duplication, learn how to get the entrepreneurial side of what we do versus just the job side of what we do. Take the step, Aaron. Take the leap. Let me help you. Between the 3-hour coaching and the online course, you're going to get everything you need in order to be able to create incredible duplication in your team. See a lot of you typing duplication. That's awesome. Sheila Jordan said, no duplication, no growth, no hole to close up. Very frustrated. I get it, Sheila. I understand. I was in that frustrated mode. You've got to, for things to change, you've got to change. For things to get better, you've got to get better. And I will tell you, duplication is real and it's possible. It's not as hard as you think. But you have to engage in some specific tactics in order to be able to create more retention. Number one, duplication is a function of a couple things. One is retention. In other words, keeping people around long enough that the penny drops and they finally get it. Okay? So keeping them around another 30 days, another 6 months, until they finally understand what it is that we do and they start to engage. Okay? And then the duplication side, which is part of simplicity. It's part of what you've been doing. Sometimes it's the programming. You're doing too much for people. Sometimes you sign them up and leave them on their own. We got to get some people some results really quickly. We got to get people over the line. We're going to talk about all of that on Saturday. This person says this is my biggest, Linda Dawson said, well, I started out pretty strong, about a 6. Now more like a 3. It's suddenly like I have no knowledge of how to do it anymore. It's very frustrating. Here's what happens inside of duplication. We have a simple system. Some of you started with a simple system. And then we can't help ourselves. We start adding a little bit to it. And we add a little bit here and a little bit there and another layer here and another step there. And pretty soon we have 27 steps in our duplication system. And those 27 steps doesn't duplicate. I mean, have you ever played the game? You whisper a word in somebody's ear. You whisper the word elephant into somebody's ear and you have them whisper it to their next person, and see if you can get to the back of the room. It turns into something that nobody can even recognize. It's not even close to the word that you whispered into their ear. So same thing's true. The dogs are, somebody's at the door. So the same thing's true inside of your business. Is you play this telephone game with your downline. You try and get them to understand it. You whisper in their ear, here's what we have to do in our business. And if you start whispering too much, it gets to be a lot. If it's not written down, they forget. They listen. They hear something different. They were daydreaming when you talk to them about it. So repetition's a piece of it. Writing it down's a piece of it. Making sure you don't overcomplicate, because the longer you're involved in network marketing, the easier it is for you to overcomplicate, because it's simpler for you now. You've been involved for longer, but it's not as simple for them. They're still brand new. You've always got to be dealing with the foundational level people that are just getting involved if you want to be able to have duplication. Okay? So again, if you want to get more information about the coaching session and about the Radical Duplication course that we just came out with, which is awesome, just type the word duplication in the comments below and we'll send it straight out to you. Okay? Hey, Debbie, how you doing? Bobby Brayman says an organization that needed to be rebuilt 7 times is no organization. It's a Ponzi scheme. Well, Bobby, I love you. He recommends real estate, and that's fine. I love you, but you don't understand what it is that we do inside of our business. Here's the truth. The truth is every business is a leaky bucket. Every single business has holes in it, especially when you have a low price of entry and you have, people are independent. They're working entrepreneurially. 50% of traditional businesses where people spend $65,000 a year on average to start those businesses, 50% of those fail in the first 12 months, okay? That doesn't make them not legitimate. It makes some people are either unable or unwilling to step forward and to grow a business. Now, in network marketing, we give the people the opportunity for $1,000 or less to be able to become an entrepreneur, start their own business, and start to build something. And phase 1 of it is the job of our business, which is the acquiring customers, recruiting other distributors, helping those people get started, enjoy some success. That's the job part. The business part, the part that you enjoy, what's your name again? Bobby. The part that you enjoy in real estate is the fact that it continues to pay you. That's the part that our business enjoys as well. It continues to pay you based upon the growth and the productivity of the organization that you build. It's human equity. It is sweat equity in scale. Because no matter, you have a piece of real estate, let's say you're getting 10% a year on that real estate. If I build a team of 1,000 people, which in network marketing is not out of the realm of possibility, I grew organizations with over 500,000 people in 60 countries around the world, okay? 500,000. I'm one person. But with 500,000 people, the scale of being able to earn off the efforts of all these other people. Let's say my team is 100 people, just 100. And those people are all putting in 10 hours a week to go build their business. What is that? 10 times 100. It's 1,000 hours a week that they're working. I'm working my 40 if I'm full-time. Let's say I'm working part-time. I'm working 10. That group of 100 people is working 1,000 hours. That's leverage, and it's way more than 10%. Way more than 10% on my return. Now, I might want to take some of my profits from building my network marketing business, invest it in real estate. I'm not a hater of real estate at all. But we get paid. Here's how it works inside of network marketing. 1, we sell products and services using word of mouth advertising. 2, we grow a network and expand a network of other people who are doing the same thing. That's what creates leverage. Okay? And 3, based upon our leadership and our ability to create duplication, we increase the productivity of the networks that we build. Nothing to do with Ponzi. Ponzi has to do with taking somebody else's money in order to be able to pay, deal with, it's a game where only the people at the top make money. It's not how it works inside of network marketing. I understand the preconception. I understand. But it's not real. Okay? All right. Jackie says, Mr. Worre, I'm 7 months new to network marketing. I'm going through a heap of self-development and no members on my team are active. I placed family members in. I've exhausted my warm market, know a lot of people. I have to rebuild the relationship over time. How does this training help for one in my position? Here's the thing. Knowing what you're going to do when you do bring in the next person in order to give them the best chance for success is the key. Because first of all, don't beat yourself up, Jackie, because I got to tell you, I did the same thing. I brought people in and they just laid there and did nothing. And because I didn't have a lot of other options, I didn't have a lot of other opportunities laying in front of me, I threw myself back into the business and I rebuilt. So the frustrating thing for me is in my first 3 years, I didn't know what to do once they were in. I didn't know how to be able to give them a better chance for success. Understanding that a lot of people still aren't going to face their fears necessary in order to be able to move forward in that. But for me, I didn't know what to do with them. So I brought them in again, and then they faded. And I brought them in again, and then they faded. And here's what I've got to tell you, Jackie. You're going to bring in another group of people. You're going to, however you're going to do it, you're going to find prospects. You're going to invite people. You're going to bring them into your business. But knowing what to do with them once they come in is going to be the key to creating freedom, to getting the ball rolling. You know, you can, everybody has this view in their mind that if they make the snowball on top of the mountain and they push it off the hill, then it'll roll down the hill and it'll turn into an avalanche. Well, if you don't have the skills, you take that little ball and you roll it off the top and it hits the first rock and it blows into a million pieces and nothing moves. You got to learn the skills, okay? So let me do this. If you have some questions, again, if you want to get the information about this coaching session on Saturday, March 3rd, type the word duplication into your comments and we'll send you the information. And those who engage in this coaching session are going to get the course that I just launched. They're going to get that course for free. It's a $300 course called Radical Duplication with workbooks and video, and it's awesome. So do me a favor. If you've got questions, I'm going to answer questions for about 10 minutes. So if you have questions, go ahead and if you need the link, type the word duplication. If you got questions, go ahead and type the questions, and I'm going to start answering some of your questions. Hold on. Okay, you got questions or not? Okay. Daniel said, I had one team at the very beginning, which is now gone. And for me, it's hard to start up again and duplicate. I can't back my consistency, but I watch and educate myself. Here's what I'm just going to tell you. If you believe enough, Daniel, you'll dust yourself off, you'll pick yourself up, and you'll do it again. It's just a matter of knowing what to do the next time. If you have the faith that you're going to be able to give people the breakthrough once they join, you're going to be a little bit more confident. Lee says, I'm at a company event this Saturday in the UK. How can we get the live training again? The live coaching session is going to be recorded. So anybody who registers for it will get the recording. So you don't have to worry about missing it. You'll get the recording. So you'll have the Radical Duplication course that you can start watching immediately today, and you'll have the live coaching that the replay will be sent out to you. Okay, that makes sense? Mm-hmm. Julie says, when does this start and how much is it? It starts at 12 noon Pacific time. The 3-hour coaching on duplication is for $297 for that coaching, okay? But you also get the Radical Duplication course, the home study course, videos and workbooks, the whole thing, as a free bonus, you know? So it's a super, super awesome deal. And I would also tell you, Julie, with this and everything else that we do, if you watch it and you don't get value from it, just let me know, and we'll give you your money back. I'm more interested in you being committed to this, you being invested in it, and you having a breakthrough than anything else. That's why we do what we do. Kelly asks, should the simple system be given to people at one time? For the basic foundational daily system, the answer is yes, for sure. The simple system should be given to everyone. It should be known by everyone. One way to test if you have a simple system within your organization for duplication, a foundational system, ask the people on their team if they know what it is. And if every single person on the team knows what it is and can tell you what it is, then you have one. If they can't, then you don't. Simple, foundational basics, okay? Type duplication. If you type duplicate and everything else, it's not going to work. Duplication, just the one word, and then we'll send you out the link, okay? How long is the course? The course is about 2.5 hours of video plus workbooks, and a bunch of different modules online. And then it's a 3-hour live coaching mentoring session this Saturday. Radical duplication course is going to be available from now on, but it's $297 just for that course. If you want to get both of them together, you should take advantage of this and get them both together. What is the main strategy when it comes from when it comes to leaders building new leaders? It's layers of duplication again. You got foundation, you have higher level activity, and then you have leadership. So duplicating leadership is a similar concept. It's just different steps in order to be able to do it. I'm going to talk about that at length on Saturday, but what I got to tell you is generally, here's what I will tell you. Everybody on your team should have someone in their team that they've identified as someone that they're going to mentor, like a big brother, big sister. They're going to mentor on leadership, not the fundamental necessarily, but leadership, not rank, but leadership. Okay. And they're going to bring them up to their level. And then they're going to look for somebody else, bring them up to their level. And then those people are doing the same, and those people are doing the same, and those people are doing the same. How do you build influence, Nicole? You build influence, in my opinion, through competence, through vision, through passion, through skill, through strategy, through results, from your energy. It comes from a lot of different places. What causes, ultimately what you're looking for when it comes to influence in your network marketing business is for people to look at you, either prospects or people on your team, to look at you and say, I'm going to be more successful if I get around this person. I'm going to make more money. I'm going to help more people. I'm going to have a bigger impact. I'm going to have a greater contribution in the world if I get around this person. That's what influence is. Something that causes someone else to step up. So you become the emotional security blanket for people on your team, where they act more boldly because of you. They have a little more faith because of you. Okay? All right. Is there a payment plan? I don't know if we have a payment plan for this. You can contact our office, Julie. I'm not sure. I don't know. Yeah, Wendy says, wow, Eric has facial hair. This is my writing beard. I'll show you. This is my writing table. I'm writing a new book right now. This is my lazy facial hair look. Okay. If you need a payment plan for whatever reason, if you contact our office, then maybe they'll be able to do something for you. I'm not sure, but they can let you know. All right, a few more questions. Duplication. If you want to get the information, type that word into the comments. When do you give up on a person who doesn't pull their weight? I never give up on somebody. I never tell them I give up on them. I mean, here's the thing when it comes to duplication. You have to work with the willing. If somebody's not willing to face their fears, to step forward, to move ahead, to change their life, if they're not willing, I love them. I wait for them. I encourage them. I'm not going to go down into the ditch and try and drag them out. I'm not going to try and drag somebody over the finish line. I'm going to work with the willing. I'm going to work with people who are anxious and hungry and ambitious and want something. They might be fearful. That's okay. But I never give up on somebody, but I don't fall in love with potential. I work with the willing. Okay? All right. 2 more questions. And if you're watching this on replay, if you know somebody that would get value from this, forward this to them. This is just a collection of ideas today. It's going to be very, very more formally organized on Saturday. The course itself, the Radical Duplication course, is awesome. It was recorded live in front of an audience of about 1,000 people, so it's fun. The workbooks that go with it are great, and you'll get results from it. Okay? Going to be fun. Jeff says, what's your number 1 tool you use when it comes to duplication? It's a toolbox, actually, Jeff. And gosh, you're like, I want to be in shape like you when I grow up. But here's what I will tell you. The foundational tool is a daily method of operation. The foundational tool is a daily method of operation. Okay? That's number 1, which is use the product, share the product, share the opportunity with systems to do it, personal development, and promoting an event. Those 5 fundamentals have to be in your system, that people know what they are and how you suggest you do it inside of your company. Okay? That's the foundation. Now, duplicating leaders in different cities, duplicating rank advancement, duplicating leadership growth, there's lots of different layers of duplication, duplicating training within your team, all those other kinds of things. There's similar concepts, but you can't expect everybody's going to do it. Does that make sense, Jeff? Hope it does. All right. 1 more question, and we will end it there. Again, if you want to be able to get more information about this course, get yourself registered for it to get the Radical Duplication course for $297, which I want you to have, and 3 hours of live coaching, live, and also access to the replay on that coaching. This Saturday is going to happen live, but you'll be able to watch it as long as you want afterwards. Type the word duplication into, no problem, Jeff. Type the word duplication into the comments bar below, and the little bot that we have set up on this page will take care of you. Okay? All right. Comfort says, I'm watching from Nigeria most times, and I know that that's a challenging time for you in Nigeria. Here's what I would tell you. If it's in the middle of the night on Sunday morning, it's still worth it to set your alarm clock and watch it live. It'll be fun. You put your pajamas on and we'll hang out. If you can't, we'll send you the replay. So it's okay. We'll send you the replay, and you'll be able to watch it at your own time, on your own timetable, on your own schedule. Okay. So you'll get immediate access to Radical Duplication. You can start watching today, this minute, today. As soon as you get yourself registered for this webinar, we'll send you access to this course. Bam. And second, 3 hours of coaching on duplication. I know what I'm talking about. I really, really do. And I'm going to give you all the information this Saturday and also give you access to the replay. Here's what I'm telling you. If you're going to be involved in network marketing, you got to crack the duplication code. You just have to. You can't live inside of this business. It's like the biggest tease in the world to be in this business and only have a job. to have this business and only get paid on your efforts, not on the efforts of the team that you built? That's nuts. That's totally insane. It doesn't even make sense to me. You've got to figure this out. You've got to crack the code. And if you're not willing to do this, you're stuck in a job. So here's what I want to do for you more than anything else. I want to condense time for you. I want to be a time machine for you. I want to be able to take 3 years of that you're going to have to beat yourself over the head to try and figure this out and eliminate those 3 years and just get you there as quickly as possible. You don't have to go through the school of hard knocks. I mean, unless you want to, unless it's that important to you. If you'd rather accelerate your career without losing the time, then type the word duplication into the comments. Let me help you. Happy to do it. It's going to be awesome. We're going to go for 3 hours. We're going to answer questions. We're going to go through every possible step that you can imagine. And we're going to help you have the breakthrough that you deserve. So take advantage of it. And just know this. If you're involved in network marketing, number one, I'm proud of you. Number two, if you're going to do it, be a pro. Be a pro. There's skills you need to develop, of course. There's resources like this to be able to shorten your learning curve. Would you rather spend a year trying to figure this out, or would you rather spend $297 to be able to get all the answers all in one place? For me, it's pretty simple. You got to decide if it's important for you.